We all know that the fridge is like the fortress of freshness, the sanctuary of preservation. But here's the twist. Not every food item thrives in its icy embrace. In fact, some ingredients rebel against the cold, undergoing changes that can alter their taste, texture, and overall outcome. Hey, and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we'll talk extensively about foods that do not belong in the fridge. Have you ever wondered why that tomato sandwich didn't quite hit the mark despite the ripe, juicy tomatoes you carefully picked up? Well, the answer might just be lurking in the temperature of your refrigerator. Let's kick things off by discussing the first unsuspecting victim of the fridge: tomatoes. Tomatoes. You see, tomatoes are like culinary chameleons, capable of transforming a bland dish into a burst of flavor. But, and it's a big but, the cold confines of the refrigerator can be their kryptonite. When tomatoes are exposed to temperatures below 55 degrees Fahrenheit, 13 degrees Celsius, their texture and flavor take a nosedive. Tomatoes are ethylene producers, a natural plant hormone responsible for ripening. But in the chilly environment of your fridge, this process slows down dramatically. Sure, your tomatoes might look fresh, but the cold suppresses the development of those complex, sweet, and tangy flavors we love. It's like putting a pause button on the tomato's flavor symphony. So the next time you reach for that tomato, remember, the fridge might be your culinary ally. But for tomatoes, it's a bit too chilly for comfort. Keep them at room temperature, let the flavors flourish, and elevate your dishes to new heights. Potatoes. Now you might be thinking, potatoes in the fridge? Why not? It keeps them fresh, right? Well, my friends, it's time for a revelation. The refrigerator is not the potato's best friend. Potatoes are like culinary chameleons too, with their starch content converting into sugar over time. When exposed to cold temperatures, their process accelerates, leading to a sweeter taste and a greenier texture. Not exactly what you signed up for when you envisioned that creamy mashed potato side dish. So where should you store your potatoes for optimal deliciousness? Find them a cozy spot away from direct sunlight, and they'll reward you with their versatility. Whether you're baking, frying, or mashing your potatoes will maintain that perfect balance of starchiness and earthy flavor. Honey. Contrary to what you might think, honey doesn't need the cold embrace of your refrigerator. In fact, refrigerating honey can do more harm than good. Honey has natural preservatives that make it a self-sufficient, shelf-stable wonder. Here's the lowdown. Honey has low water content and high acidity, creating an environment that is hostile to bacteria and microorganisms. So when you toss that honey bear into the fridge, you're essentially subjecting it to unnecessary chilliness that can lead to crystallization. Yes, crystallization. That process where honey turns from its liquid, pourable state into a thicker, grainier texture. Now, to be clear, crystallized honey is perfectly safe to eat. It's not a sign of spoilage, but rather a natural occurrence. However, if you prefer your honey in its liquid form, keeping it at room temperature is the way to go. Bread. Bread is the foundation of countless meals, yet its ideal storage often raises a common question: to fridge or not to fridge? You might think that the fridge is the ultimate sanctuary for keeping your bread fresh, but the reality is a bit more nuanced. In fact, the refrigerator might not be the bread's best ally. Here's the deal. Bread is a complex interplay of starches, proteins, and moisture. When you place it in the fridge, the cold environment actually speeds up the process of retrogradation. Fancy term, but what does it mean for your bread? Well, it's the scientific way of saying that the starches in the bread recrystallize faster, leading to that unwelcome phenomenon known as staling. Stale bread is the arch nemesis of every carb enthusiast, and the fridge can inadvertently contribute to its demise. Instead of maintaining that soft, pillowy texture, your bread might emerge from the fridge with a tougher, drier consistency. Not exactly what you want for your morning toast or lunchtime sandwich. Onions. Onions, with their layers of pungent goodness, are best stored in a cool, dry place. The cold, moist environment of the fridge can actually work against them, causing them to become soft and moldy more quickly. So if you want your onions to stay fresh and flavorful for the long haul, keep them out of the chilly confines of the refrigerator. When you store onions properly in a cool, dry place with good air circulation, you'll find that they maintain their crispiness and potent flavor. A mesh bag or a well-ventilated basket works wonders for this purpose, allowing air to circulate and preventing moisture buildup. Garlic. And finally on our list, garlic. Garlic bulbs, with their individual cloves and unmistakable aroma, actually prefer a cool, dry place with good air circulation. The cold and humid conditions of the refrigerator can cause garlic to sprout and lose some of its signature pungency. If you've ever found a sprouted garlic clove in your fridge, you know the disappointment. It's not the vibrant, flavorful ingredient you were hoping for. So where's the best place to keep your garlic? A well-ventilated ventilated pantry or a cool corner of your kitchen works wonders. An open basket or a mesh bag allows air to circulate around the bulbs, keeping them dry and preserving their flavor. Remember, moisture is garlic's nemesis, and the fridge can be a trap for unwanted humidity. The kitchen, much like a symphony, requires a delicate balance of temperature, humidity, and storage to orchestrate the perfect flavors in your dishes. Whether it's allowing tomatoes to reach their peak sweetness on the counter, preserving the versatile nature of potatoes, or letting honey maintain its liquid gold allure, these storage tips are a testament to the artistry of cooking. If you found today's video enlightening, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated on more insights. Have you been refrigerating any of these foods? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below.